Hey guys, I haven't done an ICP video in a minute, but I think it's time because things are about to get very exciting and very fast and very crazy. Yes, ICP is down. A lot of people are upset because they got in it at higher price points, and they could have just bought Bitcoin and or ETH or something else and done better. And the reality is, a lot of you guys have been listening to Jerry Banfield, and I know, and a lot of you guys maybe sold your Bitcoin and other products and other things and got into it. But the reality is this: ICP needs to be part of a larger portfolio of other tokens, whether you got to have a little bit of AVAX, a little bit of Sonic, a little bit of ICP, a little bit of Mantle, a little bit of Bitcoin, actually a lot of Bitcoin and ETH and Solana and BNB. You should own all of these as a portfolio, and then you wouldn't be worried about the price. The reason you're worried about the price is because you listen to Jerry Banfield. And if you listen to Jerry Banfield, somebody who is obviously bipolar, okay, and he told everyone he sold his Bitcoin and Solana and his ETH and he bought Internet Computer, and he tells you he's an addict and he's a gambler and you did it, that's on you. That's your fault. You are to blame. You listen to a guy who's basically telling you he has a drug problem and also a sex problem. He said he's also had a sex addiction. So he's had that. He's bipolar and he has other addictions. But you listen to him. And I have people in my group. I have a Discord group. You guys are welcome to come listen to fair-minded people who are not drug addicts, sex addicts, or bipolar. Okay? Maybe we have a different point of view. A lot of people in my group are actually what the word is I should use. Stable. Yes, we have stable, fair-minded people for the most part. Yes, there are some people a little bit out there. That is to be expected, and all points of view are welcome. But when you are listening to YouTubers out there, and they tell you they are sex addicts, and they tell you they are drug addicts or alcohol addicts, and they tell you these things, and they've made irrational moves such as selling their Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana at the lows and buying ICP, and you follow them. That is on you. You are to blame. Do not blame Jerry Banfield. Looks like he's been getting some hate from people. Do not blame him. But anyways, I digress. Internet Computer is facts. Let's get down to the facts of what is going to happen to it. Is the best technology in all of crypto. It is basically the Amazon Web Services for crypto. In fact, it's cheaper than Amazon Web Services, and it could catch on with not only Web 3, but Web 2, which is everybody. They're making Caffeine AI, which is basically you tell it what to do, and it does it. It is the most advanced system out here, period. That is why you're starting to see HBAR and all these other big chains partner with them. Now, you're like, well, the price sucks. Dow King, the price sucks. The price sucks. Yes, there's something to understand. I'll bring up the 30-day chart. Jeff Bezos, he made a great interview many years ago when he said our price of our stock was collapsing, was going down. And during that entire time period, Amazon was evolving. And all we saw was our metrics is increase and get better. Prices were going down. Price of Amazon stock was going down. And all the metrics is sales, efficiency, everything was going up, profitability. In a matter of time, the stock started to come back up and it exploded in price. I believe that is where ICP is today. That is what I believe. I believe that ICP has way ahead of where they were a year ago. If you go a year ago, you look at the price, where was it about a year ago? $12. They are ahead of this. It went all the way to $18. They are way ahead of where this was. Why? Let's just look at some facts. Let's look at facts and not be emotional. Okay, and I'm going to even show you some of my accounts and so forth like that. Look at this. Look at this. Total burn rate, 1.2 million ICP has burned. What if I told you most of this has burned in the last few months? Okay? Literally, last few months. This chart is insane. Okay? ICP is burning more than major protocols that are listed above it. Okay, most major protocols listed above it. I think they're even burning as more than some of these major ones. I mean, they're burning more than Cardano. Their fees are more. AVAX for sure. AVAX is worth what, $10 billion? Okay, SUI for sure. All of these for sure. HBAR for sure. All of these. And they're all the way down here, number 41. It's kind of telling you it's undervalued by at least 3, 4, 5x minimum. In fact, I think the closest one that it's not fees You'd have to get up to Solana before you could say Solana has bigger fees than ICP. Think about that. And it's worth 84 billion. It's beating out Near on the fees by a long shot. In fact, I'm going to show you some more data. We're going to just look at data, okay? Basically, ICP is burning about 10 to 13,000 every single day. And you can go check this yourself. Look at this. In one day, this was the last 24 hours, 13,000 ICP were burned. Okay, if you look at a chart in a month, 924,000 at the beginning of the month, 1,210,000 at the end of the month. Almost 300,000, meaning 10,000 tokens of a day are being burned. This is an insane number. Okay, if this number was happening last year, people would be all over this. All right, look at the cycle burn rate. This is what is causing ICP to burn and use. People are using it. People are saying ICP is a ghost chain. It's far from a ghost chain. It's incredibly active. It's so damn active. It's burning 300,000 ICP a month. That's like almost $3 million. It's incredibly active. Okay. Now, let's look at the cycle burn rate. If we would have had this cycle burn rate a year ago back here, people would have been, where it was more expensive, by the way. ICP, keep in mind, was more expensive back here. It was double the price back here than it is here. And more people and more usage are coming out of it. Now, this is mainly because of Bob, because people are using it because of Bob. And sometimes it just takes one project to kind of blow up the entire ecosystem. That happened in AVAX. That happened in Phantom last bull run. So you have to understand, last bull run, AVAX got Time Wonderland, which brought in 150,000 to 200,000 new users. And AVAX went from literally nothing, from $8 all the way to $250 because his user base expanded. Same thing happened to Phantom when people went into Tomb Finance. Tomb Finance set off all the Tomb forks. And Phantom went from literally 10 cents to $3.50. You got to understand, it doesn't take a lot of projects to blow up an entire ecosystem and other people to start using it. And that has already happened here. If this was a year ago, ICP would already be $100. All right. It's just that right now, sentiment and things on altcoins isn't quite there. And I'm going to kind of give you guys what's about to happen so you guys understand. Okay. So look at this. The cycle burn rate has been generally very, very steady, and it's been climbing generally. All right. I think we're going to go for another climb, especially when Caffeine AI launches. It's probably going to go explosive, going to go like way above 2 trillion, probably 3, 4, 5 trillion, because now you have something the masses can use. Okay. You're talking AWS now open to the masses. Think about that. That's huge. The potential of ICP is so much more than every other blockchain out here. You cannot even comprehend what ICP can do. Okay, it can do things that no other blockchain can do. It has no competitors. It has literally no competitors. And yet, with all this advancement, the price is cheap. It's not time to cry. It's not time to blame Jerry Banfield, your neighborhood sex addict. It's not to blame someone. All right, it's time to understand. It is time to take a moment out of your life and touch the grass and realize there's a real opportunity to make serious money here. All right. And that is what ICP is presenting to you at this moment. And many people can't see it for whatever reason. It's the same people that couldn't see buying Bitcoin at 20,000 or 15,000 or 10,000. And here it is today. It's the same crowd. And this is where the data is showing you what is happening. The cycle burn rate is increasing. Okay, you hit about 1.1, 1.2, and it's back up to about about a little bit over 1 trillion again. I believe the cycle burn rate is going to advance and it's going to start accelerating again. All right, it's probably going to go past all-time level highs here. It's just a matter of time. But the metrics is on all of everything regarding ICP looks good. A lot of it is driven by our good friend here, Bob. Bob, even during this downturn in February for most cryptocurrencies, has doubled. Bob has said, you know what? I don't care about the rest of the crypto industry. I'm strong. This shows you the power of ICP. Bob has doubled. Most of my tokens have not doubled. In fact, most of the tokens I own have gone down. Majority, okay? During this time period in the last, all of February. All right, and Bob, which I do own a decent amount of, has gone up. And then Alice, which is another one I've staked in the central nervous system and earning on everything that Bob does, which is this one. And Alice has done relatively well also. All right. So when you look at the entire ecosystem of ICP, the tokens that are involved, the people that are involved, the brain power that is involved, you go to yourself, holy cow, things are looking good. Bob is only worth $18 million right now, and they're going to have their halving in a couple of days. Don't be surprised to Bob going over 20 or 25 or 30 million. I've been saying for a long time, Bob is going to be a $100 million project, and it's going there. It's a matter of time. And look at stuff like, for example, I own a lot of stuff on AVAX. I own Cast on AVAX. Listen, this went up 10x in the last couple of days. Look at this. From down here, I've been in Cast from here. I wrote it up here. I sold some, and then I bought it again around here. It went down. I didn't panic. I held, and look, it went up because Cast is building. I know what they're doing. And this is the story over and over in crypto. Overreaction to things, an underreaction to things. Cast is a real system. It's an advertising platform for Arena, which is blowing up on AVAX because AVAX's whole entire system is blowing up. So you got to understand, when you see stuff like this happening, Cast wasn't moving, but Arena was moving. And then eventually, guess what? Caught up. Cast caught up, and now it's going crazy. Now I'm 2-3x my money, even though it's been a tough couple of months. All right? That's just the way things work. Now, as far as going back to ICP, what is going to happen? Altseason hasn't quite hit, but this is a great setup for Altseason. I'm going to actually show you this account also. This is my Maxi account where I show I've leveraged $4,400 of ICP to $18,000 position, and I'm up $600. But I'm not going to sell anytime soon. I have my sell price at $8.50. I might even move that up. I might sell some if it goes to like $7.40, $7.50 and wait for it to pull back and buy more and average down a little bit. You know, my entry price, you can see $6.96. I bought some higher, I bought some lower. So I averaged it out. Every time it goes below 7, it's the time to buy. And basically, I mean, this is on top of the long-term spot position I own. So I'm running with ICP because I see the vision. I understand how it works. If you look at ICP and if you look at this bull run, and how this is set up, I'm going to help you guys understand. The alt season hasn't started yet. It just hasn't. It was about to start. You see right here where ICP hit about 740. This is when ETH was around 2,900. And then the Bybit hack happened and it dropped. Bybit hack happened. Keep in mind, stock market imploded yesterday. And ICP and ETH and everything went back just to the bottom, the lows a couple days ago, which was 685 around there. And it came right back up. This was just another buying opportunity. That's all it is. It doesn't want to move from these 6, right below 7. It doesn't want to move. It has strong support. People don't sell it. That should tell you something. That is its support level. And the amount that's being burned daily, for example, I'm going to throw another little thing at you. If it goes lower, you end up burning more. It becomes deflationary. All right? The token actually becomes deflationary if it moves back even lower. So you guys need to start to understand how these things work. All right? You're panicking for no reason. To me, this is just typical consolidation. Typical consolidation before alt season. That is all this is. It's nothing more. It's nothing less. Reading too much into it. Ethereum has been very strong. Has actually been outperforming. You can see it's been outperforming Bitcoin the last day or two. This is telling me, this is the signs that alt season is about to start. ETH will outperform, and you're starting to get there. And if the Bybit situation didn't happen, ETH would have probably already been well over $4,000. I mean, sorry, not 4,000, but well over $3,000 at this point. All right. I don't know what's going on. My data isn't showing up. There you go. So ETH is basically going through the same situation as ICP. Same situation. No different. It is consolidating in this range. It is between 2,800 and 2,600. That has been the consolidation range. And if you know how to trade that range, you would have done really well. You could have just sat there, bought at 2,600, sold at 2,700, 2,800 every couple times. All right. We are getting very close to breaking out of this range. Once you break out of this range, well, everything changes. All hell will break loose. That is just a fact. So for all of you guys out here worried about the ICP price, worried about what is going to happen, worried about my computer not working, worried about all of these things, the fact of the matter is there is no worry. This is an opportunity to buy. This is an opportunity to look at the data, take a minute and understand, go touch some grass and understand that big things are coming. Caffeine AI is going to change ICP. The Altseason is going to change ICP. Everything that is about to happen in the next couple weeks, in the next couple months is going to be explosive. You can see ETH kind of hit its lows down here. There's consolidation moment here. I believe this will break through. This should have already broken through if it wasn't for the Bybit hack, probably around 3,000, and we would have just continued to chug along. We're getting very close to Altseason. This is not the time to bail on ICP or ETH or your Bitcoin or crypto in general. This is a time to double down. This is a time to take a minute and understand that there is a cycle that plays out and stop being an absolute buffoon and maybe take a break from Jerry Banfield. All right. You know, a couple of people in my group say they don't listen to him anymore and so forth, and they're angry at him. And I blame the people that listen to him, to be honest with you. I don't blame Jerry. Jerry's just himself. He's very transparent. He tells you he's a sex addict. He tells you what he is. He tells you what he does. He tells you who he is. If you choose to listen to somebody that has all those problems and you know has an addictive personality and you lose money, well, that is your fault. You should do your own research, first of all, and stop blaming people. And this is where we are in crypto. This is it. That's why I haven't done a video in a minute about ICP, because I don't need to. I feel my group is very smart. You can join my group on Discord. We don't need to babysit people. We don't babysit. I don't babysit people. It is the wild, wild west out here. It is just what it is. Welcome. It is what it is. Be brave is what I can tell you. Be brave. And when you see a project like ICP at the price you see it, and you see the trends and you understand how crypto works like I do, that is an opportunity to make and print money that is life-changing. Buy it, hold it. Yes, I bought it a little bit too early. I probably should have sold it when it went, but I didn't know if it was going to have a Solana moment because the technology is so good. And I've come to the point where I realize it's not going to have a Solana moment and it's going to keep going. It just won't. But it will have its Solana moment when all the other alts go. And when Caffeine AI comes out, I don't know what's going to happen. But they are working hard, and you should also follow this guy Fabio on X. He actually points out a lot of great information. He's showing that ICP, for example, supply shock. There has been supply shock in the past for ICP. It has happened. However, I don't believe supply shock is the main thing for ICP that's going to get it going. The main thing for ICP has always been demand has outstripped supply. The fact of the matter is, yes, he's saying all of this supply has gone down. There was 510 million tokens, now there's 422 million tokens. However, there's still plenty of tokens on all the exchanges. It's still a good amount. Yes, it's gone down to September levels, but again, of 2024, that's kind of like when we were going up. So this is a good sign that people are buying ICP and stripping it out of the exchanges. However, or is it 42 million? Is it 42 million? That's actually very low. 51 million, now it's down to 42 million is what he's saying on exchanges. It's very low. All right. However, what causes a token price to go down is not necessarily how few tokens are on exchanges, but basically how much demand comes into something. And demand could increase on ICP significantly if Caffeine AI becomes a big thing and everyone starts using it and everyone wants to use this product that's been developed by them to make their own projects, to make their own websites. I'm waiting for Caffeine AI to make a website. A lot of people are waiting for it. A lot of people. And, he compares this stuff. ICP versus AVAX, daily revenues compared. I mean, AVAX has $7,800 a day revenues versus $91,000 on ICP. I mean, my God, ICP has 10 times the revenues of AVAX, and AVAX is worth 3 times as much. This is the kind of data you need to let fester in your mind and understand how great this is. Okay? You need to understand how undervalued this asset is. And not very many people know about ICP. You want to buy the assets people don't know about. You want to buy the assets people don't care about. But you want to buy the assets that have great potential. And that is what ICP is. That is what it is. All right? So just, follow Fabio. I'll put his link for you guys on my, what is it called? On my X account. I actually retweet him a lot. Follow me on X. All my links are down here to my Discord and my X. I'll put it over there for you guys. There's also a lot of you guys been hitting me up about a really good project called LFG, which is doing bonding. It's like an ohm fork. And this is what I'm talking about. What's old is new. It's an ohm fork that's coming out on Solana, AVAX, I think Base, and Ethereum. It's crazy. They're doing it everywhere. And they got like meme coin staking. It's crazy. They're doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff. So, a lot of people are hitting me up about it. I can get you the whitelist spots. Just got to join my group. It's probably going to do, I think, between a 5 and a 10x on launch, because that's what old ohm forks used to do. So if you're interested about that, come to my group, hit me up. I'll get you on to the whitelist. Everyone wants a whitelist on that one. So I'm talking to the team. They're going to give me a whole bunch of whitelist spots. So don't worry about it. I'll take care of all my guys. Besides that, look at the data. Look at the data. It's all here, guys. It's all here. The revenue generation for ICP compared to all these chains, we're killing it. 100,000. It burns 100,000 every 9 days now. It used to take 35 days or 500 days to burn that many. Now we're burning it every 9 days. We're spoiled. This is working. This is working. Let them work. Let them work. Let them get us rich is what I would say. But it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen next week. You got to let the Altseason kind of do its thing. Got to let ETH do its thing. Let it do its thing. Let it do its thing is what I would tell you. And when we do its thing, there will be a moment in time when you will see ICP go up and up and up, and it will not stop. That's what will happen. And it takes patience, it takes fortitude, it takes understanding to get to that moment. That moment, ladies and gentlemen, is coming. And I do not believe it is that far away. I would say 6 months at most. And I'd say the earliest we'd probably see it is 3 to 4 months. But I would say 6 to 7 months is the most furthest out I would say that will happen. Altseason is coming. Crypto regulation is coming. You have to read the tea leaves. Advancements in ICP are happening quickly. Daily revenues of ICP are basically higher than all these chains, higher than Ton, higher than Near, higher than AVAX, higher than Filecoin, higher than Aptos, higher than Algorand, higher than Chainlink, higher than XML. Think about that. This token has more revenues, daily revenues, than all of these projects, and it's worth less. What do you think will happen long term? Just think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Don't overanalyze it. Think about it. And understand that great things are coming for the people who understand, willing to take the risk. Don't be a pussy. And willing to take the risk, willing to hold. Great things will happen.